everyone, it's Amanda and I'm here with a slightly late July wrap up. It's been a while since I last did a video because life got in the way. I was visiting my in-laws in Newcastle and then I got home and found out my contract wasn't being renewed, so now I'm unemployed, which is a bit of a pain to say the least. And then I was ill, so that's why there haven't been any videos for a little while. But like I say, I'm going to quickly do my July wrap up before going on to do some more job applications, so I apologise if I get a bit tangled up because it feels like the beginning of July was a very long time ago now. So the first book I read in July was A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. This was actually a gift passed on to me by my boyfriend's mum, and it is a sort of paranormal romance mystery adventure type story. It's quite long, I think it's about 690 pages, but it's quite enjoyable. I did enjoy it. It was a page turner and I probably am going to read the rest. It's the first one in a trilogy, so I'm going to read the other two. I already own the second one, also a gift from my boyfriend's mum, but there were bits of it that annoyed me. So the story is that there's a youngish professor who's just brilliant and amazing researcher. I've already forgotten her name. What's her name? What's going on here? Diana. Wow. Okay, so Diana, she's this amazingly talented young academic who happens to also be a witch. However, she's been trying to sort of forget about her powers ever since she was a young child, and then one day she accidentally calls up a enchanted manuscript. From that point on, creatures start appearing, so other witches and vampires and demons, including one dashingly sexy young vampire by the name of Matthew, who is also an incredibly intelligent research type. And from then on the story goes on to why all the creatures that suddenly turned up and have an interest in Diana, why she's had to hide her powers away, or why she's chosen to hide her powers away rather, and obviously the burgeoning relationship between Matthew and Diana. So, like I say, it was a page turner, but there were bits that really annoyed me. So for one, the start of the books often felt quite stilted. It felt like Harkness was very much of the tell, don't show storytelling, but she often put it in dialogue between the two of them, which made it seem very stilted and unreal, and that was highly irritating and just made it feel quite unnatural. Also, I feel like it could have been cut down a lot from what it is, and also the main character drinks so much tea. Like, if I have to hear one more time about how Diana likes her tea and how this makes her such a fussy character or whatever, it's like she knows how much milk and sugar she likes in her tea. That's not fussiness, that's being a tea drinker. It's just utterly ridiculous. But I felt like those annoying factors actually died down after about halfway, so maybe it was just sort of the awkwardness of trying to build this world in which creatures exist that made it, I don't know, a bit clunky at times. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I will be reading the rest of the trilogy. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. The second book I read was I think it was the second book I read. It was The Land Without Jasmine by Wadi Al-Adal. I've done a full review of this. It's a very short Yemeni crime novel, and I sort of enjoyed it and sort of didn't. It wasn't really what I expected. I ended up feeling like the crime was just used as a tool for getting Al-Adal's message across, and so for that reason for me it wasn't very satisfying because I was expecting a crime novel. But I think I originally gave it 3 stars on Goodreads and then went back and changed it to 2 because I felt like I was just giving it 3 because it was expected of me, which is really stupid. I don't even know if that makes sense, but yeah. So. Then it was Booktubeathon, and I did a TBR and I think I did a brief update, and then that's when life got in the way and I just sort of didn't do any videos. So I started off reading Crapulatia. This is a biography of place. It's by Scott McClanahan. And what that actually means is it's sort of a series of anecdotes about his teenage years and where he grew up and his family and friends and people he's loved. And he actually says during it that it's a way for him to almost memorialise the people that he's loved and put them down on page so he won't forget them. And it comes across as very charming, although not in a sweet way. I don't know, I don't want you to pick it up thinking it'll be lovely. And it's charming in that you can feel the strength of his emotions about the people he talks about, and it just feels very real, and I really enjoyed this, so I gave it 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Still in Booktubeathon, I read The Body in the Library by Agatha Christie. I've read quite a few Agatha Christies, I love her. This is a standard murder mystery. It's a Miss Marple one. It starts when the Bantrys, a posh old landed family, wake up and find the body of a young woman who they've never seen before in the library, and obviously follows the case to find out who she is and what happened to her. It's the first Miss Marple I read. I did enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it as much as the Poirot series, but I will read more of them. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Okay, then I read The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. So this is a sort of classic absurdist tale, and it tells the story of Gregor Samsa, who wakes up one morning to find he's been transformed into a ginormous bug. This was read in, I believe, this was written in about 1916, 1917, I believe. And it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It comes across as a lot more modern than perhaps you'd think it would, given the time that it was written, and yeah, I just really enjoyed it. So if you're thinking of giving Kafka a go, I definitely recommend this. It's very short. It's about 94 pages, and it's really easy to read. Yeah, so I'd suggest giving it a go. I think I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. And the last book I finished in July, which I also started in Booktubeathon but didn't finish until after Booktubeathon had ended, was Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, and I didn't like it. I think I'm going to do a full review on this. I haven't yet, but I just find it quite boring, and the 2 narrators to be really annoying and whiny, and yeah, I just didn't really like it. So I'll put those negative thoughts down a bit more in a proper review, but this took me way longer than it should have to read, given how short it is, and it's just because I didn't want to pick it up. By the 3rd volume I was just sort of ready for it to be done, so I was dragging my feet finishing it off, but I finally did, and so I gave it 2 stars on Goodreads. During July I also picked up the collected poems of Philip Larkin. This is a beautiful Faber and Faber edition, which I think are absolutely gorgeous. I really love it. It has the flaps inside. So I just read a few poems out of it. I studied Larkin when I was doing my A-levels, his collection High Windows, and I absolutely adored it. And I've wanted to pick up some more of his work ever since. So yeah, I'm just going to sort of pick this up every now and again when I feel like it, probably in between books. So it'll take me months to get through it, but yeah, just thought I'd show it since I started it. And then yeah, finally, no, it's not part of July, but I thought I'd tell you what I've started reading in August. London Falling by Paul Cornell. This is a crime, urban fantasy type thing. I sort of was recommended it by Amazon because I've read Ben Aronovich's Peter Grant series, which I absolutely love, and handily there's a Ben Aronovich quote on the front. Aronovich quote on the front. An irresistible blend of guns, gangsters, cops and monsters. So I just really wanted something really plot driven after Frankenstein, something that I could just whiz through and really enjoy. So yeah, I thought I'd go for this. If you have read any of those, I'd love to hear what you think of them, especially perhaps Metamorphosis and also Frankenstein. I know that a lot of the Frankenstein reviews on Goodreads are really glowing, so I feel a bit silly in a way. But like I say, I will do a full review of that. And hopefully August will be a bit better for me in terms of videos and reading, because I don't have a job. So yeah, thanks for watching everyone. Bye.